Hi folks, my name is Chuck and this is Hiking with Roulette Run, and today I am at the very famous Uncle Johnny's Hostel here in Irwin, Tennessee, and I'm getting ready to take off and go hike on the Appalachian Trail as a section hike. But I spent the night here at Uncle Johnny's to try to help put some money back into the economy around here after the Hurricane Helene flooding. And as you can see back behind me here, there's all kinds of construction stuff going on in regards to recovery from the hurricane. Back behind me over here is the Nolichucky River, which flooded and actually took out the bunkhouse over here that I stayed in last night, and also took out that bridge that's back over on the other side. Well, it crossed the river actually, and but the river flooded and took out the bridge and also took out this main bunkhouse. It appears to me that these other buildings, that's the bathroom and shower, and over here is another cabin. Up here on the porch, got all kinds of stuff, a hiker box and cold drinks. I excuse all the construction traffic. I'm sorry about that, but it is what it is. Okay, so I had to switch devices here, kind of, not device, but storage device actually. So I ran out and had to restart here. So the hurricane took out the main bunkhouse, but I think most all of these other buildings that are here were here during the flood from Helene. I don't know exactly what all's in all of these buildings. He told me when I checked in, but I was really more concerned about having my bed and bunk set up. Over here is a hammock shelter. Or I guess tent shelter, you could use it as. We didn't have bonfires or anything. Now it's very hot, and this is not the smoking season. I believe those are single cabins. So there was only a few people here last night. Myself, another hiker, and some motorcycle people. And because it's the middle of the summer, it's July 9th, 2025, and it is expected to be probably somewhere around 90 degrees today. I am waiting on them to open because I came in late last night after they had closed, and I need to settle my bill before I can take off. But I am supposed to be meeting Unicoi Shuttle, Steve from Unicoi Shuttle, who I'm going to meet at Devil's Fork Gap, and he is going to shuttle me from Devil's Fork Gap to take me to Hot Springs, North Carolina, where I will then begin my hike, the 37 miles back out to my vehicle. This is my room that I stayed in last night. Okay, so down here, this is a courtesy room. Has a guitar, some books and cards, and even a shuffleboard table, which I was rather amazed at. Okay, refrigerator, microwave, coffee. The coffee is hot. I smell it. I'm not a coffee drinker personally, but that's me. There is some tea down here. and the fixings for the coffee. Some people have left some food in here, not mine. And even some ice cream. How about that? Okay, so at 10 a.m. this morning, I'm supposed to be meeting my ride at Devil's Fork Gap, and he is going to haul me back to Hot Springs. And so as soon as I can get into the office over here and settle up my bill, because I came in too late last night, I'm not leaving until I settle up my bill. And they're not open yet, and I don't have my ride arranged till 10 a.m. anyhow. So I'm just kind of killing time here for a few. So this is the infamous Nolichucky River. And at one time there was a bridge across here where the AT crossed. Now you can't see it very good because I'm looking directly into the east, but there's the bridge abutment over here. And then there's about half the bridge laying parallel to the river over there. And the other part of the bridge is laying over here on this side. Here's part of it, right here. Over there is like a T-column. There's more of the bridge over here. Well, I've moved from down the way and come over here. And so this is part of the bridge you saw. There's part of the bridge down here. And way over there is still more of the bridge that was all moved down here by the force of the water. While this still is a very beautiful and scenic place, you can't help but know the destruction that Hurricane Helene brought through here. And stay tuned, we're likely to see more in this series of 3 or 4 videos as we go along. I purposely came down to the affected area to help put a little bit of money into the economy. So this is where the Appalachian Trail actually comes down the hill up here behind me. And then Uncle Johnny's is across the road here. Then the Appalachian Trail used to go across, straight across the bridge abutment to the other side. Hence the reason for the ferry that hikers can hire to haul them across the famous Nolichucky River. It is a beautiful scene. So I was told by the gentleman over here that all this construction traffic that's going up the hill is to rebuild the railroad tracks up the way. Okay folks, so here I am at the trailhead just outside of Hot Springs, North Carolina, and getting ready to hit the road. I am going to be walking through town just to see the sights, what there is. I've already been driven through town by Unicoi shuttle there, but I'm still walking through town. All right, trail information. And my very first white blaze. What do you know?
Morning star, clear and true. Your honesty could pierce my heart right through. Plans are paper, I'm afraid. pace. Get yourself moving and you'll be okay. There's a dream weaver that won't let me alone, and it turns my heart into a heavy stone. Look at the maker in the face. Get yourself moving and you'll be okay. Get yourself moving. Get yourself moving. Get yourself moving and you'll be okay.
So I stopped here at the Bluff Mountain Outfitters in Hot Springs. I picked up some chafing cream. I'm gonna head on into town. There's a rafting company across the road. And then post office is catty corner from the Outfitters here. So I was told that Hot Springs here was hit by a double whammy. On this side of the railroad tracks, which are up there in front of us, there's this creek that runs right here beside the post office. And Hurricane Helene on this side of the tracks flooded from this here creek, and then on the other side of the tracks I'll show you there's a French Broad River that flooded over there. So they were hit with a double flood, so to speak. The shuttle driver, he told me the name of this creek, but I don't recall. So there was pretty extensive flood damage done here to Hot Springs that they're still recovering from. Now I'll tell you, if I were not headed up a mountain here in just a minute, I would be gladly going over to the brewery over here. For some refreshments. All right, so it's my understanding that the world famous natural hot mineral water springs here has been shut down due to the flooding.
Thought it'd be golden, crossing the line.
And yes, all indications would have it that it is shut down. And we are coming up on the French Broad River that did all the damage around here. It appears they are in the process of replacing the bridge here. Only just getting started though. Okay, So my understanding is I have a nice climb. There you go. The French Broad River. My understanding is I have a nice climb from this point on to deal with for quite some time today. My goal is to get 11 miles total in. Up to the, I want to go up to the Spring Mountain Shelter if I can make it that far. We will see what's in store for us. Getting a late start. It's about 11:30 or so in the morning. We'll see what kind of time we can make. I almost screwed up coming across this bridge. I started to go up the road, but didn't realize this double blaze here indicates a turn. And so had to come right around the guardrail here in between the two, and now we're going down the hill just so we can go up a hill right into their construction. So yeah, I actually had to walk right straight through their construction site here for this bridge that's going on. And right here on this pole, we got us blazes. Which indicated another turn, but question is, did that come off of this? Looks like it's this way, but maybe not. I may go over there and follow the river. Here we go. Read the sign. When all else fails, read the directions. I don't know if you can hear them, but the cicadas are going. All right, so we are following right along the French Broad River here for a little bit. Then we got a heck of a hill to climb. Pretty loud here. Got some rushing stream. A rushing French Broad River is what that is again. So far, this section of the trail has been cruisy right along the river. However, it's getting ready to turn up here, and the fun will begin. Okay, so this turn, oh, those are steps going right up the hill. I came from back down the way. Whew. It is not a joke. It's like doing a little switchback here. There we go. Another blaze. Ooh-wee. Okay, so for the duration of this rain anyhow, I've decided to take my mic mini off and go straight to my camera microphone. It has been pouring down good rain, or whatever you want to say, and still got a long climb ahead of me according to the far out app. I see some blue sky over there, but so far that's not translating too much to me over here. Alright, so maybe you hear some thunder there. Over there is Hot Springs out in the distance. That's the French Broad River. And as you can see, I've come quite a ways up the hill, but there's more to go. Help you on there. Alright, so down there is the bridge that I came across a little while ago. And I'll let you judge for yourself on how high I've climbed this mountain. But here we are. Whew. And yes it is. It is a climb. Okay. Hot Springs, North Carolina in the background. Alright. So, according to this, looks like we are at the Lover's Leap Overlook, and the trail splits here, and it looks like I need to take the trail off to the right. It is really too bad that I missed the azalea and rhododendron bloom, because they are all through here, especially the rhododendrons. They're everywhere. Oh well, enjoy what God gives you. Alright, so as you can see, far out says I am not even 2/3 up this hill yet. Mountain is a mountain. We're getting there. Every time I think I'm nearing the top, I am not. And I've got a ways to go yet today, I think. The red is where I'm at currently. Okay, the actual Appalachian Trail sits up over this direction yet and goes up to the right. I came off trail a little bit here just because there was a convenient outcropping of rock to sit on for a few minutes. If you can look maybe through the trees down there, you're still seeing Hot Springs down there. However, and the river is way down below us now. Mostly I'm just switchbacking up the side of this mountain. And if you're unfamiliar with switchbacking, it's just basically a Z pattern up the hill. So we're not making a lot of miles in the linear sense. We're making distance up in height. So heading back to the trail here. Now then, I'm going to head back up again. Now the problem here with places like Hot Springs and over here at Irwin and other places, there's many places along the trail here that you cannot access unless you live there or are working there, and it's simply because of the devastation. And so like Chimney Rock, which is nearby, you cannot be there unless you work there or live there or working to clean up the mess and everything. And my understanding is there's over 200 and some people missing or dead from this Hurricane Helena in the area here. So it seems like the sun wants to come back out and play. We'll see what that does for us. As I was starting to say, that the problem with those big rain dumps like this around this area and then down in Texas, there's just not a lot of topsoil to absorb all the water. And when they have these huge rain dumps, these mountains and hills, they just funnel that water down into those narrow channels down there, and they just don't have the capacity to hold it all. And so you end up with serious flash flooding situations. Okay, so we're continuing uphill. It will be nice to reach the top will be some more ups and downsies, but this is the big one for today. Thank goodness. There's our place. Up the hill. Ooh-wee. All right, we have found the ferns. And the lichen. Ferns and the lichen. There we go. Oh, I do so wish I could have gotten it on camera. I had my first ever glimpse of a bald eagle. And he was flying from what appeared to be this mountain over to the mountain across the way over there. That French Broad River is still down here at the bottom of this mountain that I am still climbing. Holy smokes. And back, it's still back over there. It's Hot Springs, North Carolina. All I'm doing is going higher and higher up this hill. Yippee. Type 2 fun. Some people call hiking type 2 fun, which means that it's not so fun while you're actually doing it. It's more fun when you finish it and you sit back and look at it. Say, look what I've done. So, there's that. All kinds of plants here. And mushrooms, for that matter. Let's see. Looks like red maple maybe here. Looks like a red maple. These dudes look like black locusts. White pine. Azaleas, I believe. Oak trees. These are for sure azaleas, I believe. Right here. I think that's what those are. And great big, huge rhododendrons. Like that one up there. There's a beauty rhododendron. And over here. So I'm nearing the summit here. And this here is a campsite. A nice tent campsite. I have to wonder if this is people that have climbed up out of the valley and decided this was enough, or if it's people going NoBo, southbound. There's NoBo, and which is northbound, and there's NoBo, which is southbound on the Appalachian Trail. And I am currently going NoBo. And still going up the hill. But I have to wonder if that was people who had climbed up out of that valley and had enough, or if it's people going down the hill deciding to take a break before they go into Hot Springs. Or what kind of mushroom we got here. Interesting. All right. So far, I've only run across one elderly couple on trail here. They were headed down the hill. Yeah. Got more thunder off to my left. I don't know what that means for me. I've been hearing thunder for quite some time. since it downpoured on me. Now I'm so wet at the moment, I don't know whether it's wet from sweat, wet from rain, what's going on, but I'm thoroughly wet. When I get to the top of this hill, whenever that is, it's going to be time for a good old sit down break. A good old pack off sit down break. Alright, so it looks like right up in front of me up here, about where the sun's at or a little further, is the actual top of this peak. Holy smokes. Then I get a dip and another peak before I start descending down the other side. Ooh. At least somewhat. It's not as deep a descent as where I just came out of. Thank goodness, 'cause I don't want to do that climb again today, for sure. Okay. Another interesting mushroom of some sort. So there's some last little bits of bloom on this rhododendron up here. Got another one on down the trail here. I just crested the last of those 3 inclines, I believe. There we go. Some nice blooms on this big old rhododendron. So, I finally took this sit down break that I'd been talking about and getting ready to climb another hill here. I got to the bottom of this hill here and found a nice log to sit on. Perfect. Only problem with sitting down to take a break is you get stiff. So alright, getting ready to head up the hill. I am currently, this is my day's hike, today's hike. I am currently at the red marker there. And as you can see, I'm headed to the, what is it called up there? Spring Mountain Shelter, up at the very top on the very right hand side. And if you look down at the bottom, it tells you how many miles that is. And if you look over here on the side, it tells you how much elevation you've climbed. And so basically today is going to be an all day climb. And I'm only about a third of the way there. And it's already been a butt kicker. So I really did try to hold off on this fashion statement for as long as I could. But these suicidal gnats were diving straight into my eyeballs. That gets old pretty quick. And they were relentless. So I sat there and electrolyted up, and I also ate a snack. Kind of forced myself to eat a snack. Hot weather kind of kills my appetite, but I know I need the calories. Body needs calories to burn. Okay, so we're back on the trail. There goes a good close-up of the rhododendron in bloom. There's so many microclimates up here in the mountains. Some are very much done blooming, while others are still going at it. And I just walked from the sun into this shade. I know there's 10 degrees difference. More sun coming. There we go. That was a little bit of a challenge. Straddle over that. That was a pretty fresh fall too. In fact, I'm standing right under a dead man. Time to go. All right, what kind of man-made structure we got here? Let's go see. I think I may find a lake on the other side of this. Well, we found a bench. Oh, it is a lake. Yes, it is. I think I'm going to put this bench to use for a minute. I don't know. Black-eyed Susans, perhaps? That's what they look like. Yes, they do. I'm on a little bit of a road walk here. Up the hill. Alright, I do believe I just hiked all that, or most of that. Oh, I can't tell you there's such a breeze up here in this opening. I am hearing definite thunder back here to my left, south left. My left rear. Okay. Something tells me I gotta climb this hill right in front of me. Can't really see it from here, but right over there is the Mountain of Doom. I'm gonna have to climb that on a little bit after I get a water refill. There, you can kind of start to see it. Problem is, I gotta keep going down before I can go up. Ooh, this is gonna be fun. Okay, so once again, I am totally soaking wet. It just had a nice little downpour here. No thunder associated with it. But, yeah. Totally soaking wet as I was working here to gather water to refill my bottles over here on my pack. What can you do? So I got to continue going downhill for a while here. However, once I get down to the bottom of the hill and I reach a parking lot, that's when I know I'm screwed. Then the Mountain of Doom comes. Well, another obstacle in the path here. I think I'm going to come down this way and straddle over. So at the other end of this bridge, somewhere very shortly after, is going to be the parking lot. And then I got a 1,300 foot climb, which is a couple hundred more than the big climb earlier today. Morning and afternoon, back there at the French Broad River. They did me right. Very happy with the service. So that is my parking lot that I was looking for. And over here's the white blaze, and it immediately starts going up that way. So maybe this is how it gains elevation so quick. Well, here we are again. Little rain shower just came through. Nothing of any consequence. Still climbing this hill. A long way to go yet. Well, the latest challenge. Okay. Well, this looks recent. Looks fresh. You notice the wood down here on the ground? Looks fresh. Alright, when I got up on it, it smelled fresh. I mean, like brand new. Crazy. Alright, here we go again. Another thunderstorm. Pouring down rain on me. Okay, so I suspect if you were looking at my glasses right now, you could be declared legally blind. I can barely see the trail. My glasses are so wet. And I'm still climbing. Well, folks, that's pretty beautiful. First thing in the morning. All right, folks. Well, I made it to the, I believe it's the Spring Mountain Shelter, where I had intended to spend the night last night. But I got to a point at 11 p.m. where I just could not go any further on this hike. So I found a low spot that was fairly even and pitched my tent and slept right there and finished this, I don't know, mile and a third that I had to come to get to the shelter. And here I am. I am going to take a little moment here to visit the privy up the way. You have signage. Yes, Spring Mountain Shelter. I will tell you that 11 miles is the hardest miles I've ever hiked in my life. That includes my time in the Army. Okay, so while I did not make it up here to the shelter last night at 11 p.m., or it was 11 p.m. when I set up my tent, I didn't get actually into bed till about midnight. I am going to call this the conclusion of day one. So now, I'm headed out for day two. Do me a favor, if you like what you're seeing, hit like and subscribe, and stay tuned. There's always more to come. Thanks for watching.